Hi guys, welcome back to Jurassic Collectibles. So today we're going to be continuing our look at the CollectA prehistoric figure toy line by looking at this guy. It's the Megacerops. Now this is the first prehistoric mammal we've had on the channel, so it's quite a welcome addition to our collection. What's great about this one is if you look in the CollectA catalogue, which CollectA very kindly sent over along with a whole bunch of dinosaurs. If you want to see the unboxing for that video, link is down below. But you can see for this one, the Megacerops, it's actually the 2012 award winner, Best New Toy Figure of 2012. So we're really pleased to have this one on the channel. Okay, so without further ado, let's get this one out of the packaging. So CollectA have produced some amazing figures, and we're really glad to have this one as part of the collection. So there he is. Just look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, let's set him on the turntable, and I'll bring him a little bit closer, and I'll just tell you a little bit of information about this guy before we take a closer look. So, the Megacerops is this sort of rhinoceros-like creature that's actually closely related to the modern-day horse. It was a really sizable prehistoric mammal, measuring about 2.5 meters tall and roughly 5 meters long. Is equivalent in size to a modern-day African forest elephant, to give you some idea how big this guy was. And it had this Y-shaped horn on the front of its head, which is bigger on the males, which leads people to believe that maybe the males battled it out when they wanted to mate, so maybe they'd butt heads. But it's a beautiful looking prehistoric mammal, and just look at the detail on this one. CollectA have done a fabulous job. Okay, let's take a closer look. So, starting off with the head sculpt, what I really like about this one straight off the bat is that really glassy looking eye. They've obviously painted a nice sort of coat of gloss on there, and it's really precise. It just gives it this very wet and genuine look. I really like the detail there. And I'm loving all the creases going on around the mouth. It is theorized that maybe it had quite a fleshy mouth. And the detail there is really, really genuine looking. It does look like something you could find in the world today. As we come round to the horns on the front there, you can see the prominent Y shape. A very distinctive horn. Reminiscent of a rhinoceros, but obviously completely worlds apart from anything that's alive today. Again, on the other side, you can see the glossy eye, and you can see the interior of the mouth has been carefully sculpted and painted, and you can see that's got a nice coat of gloss as well, giving it that very genuine sort of saliva-covered, wet look. Very, very nice indeed. Okay, so as we move down the body to the neck, you can see we've got some nice build up of flesh here around the neck, which is really nice sort of lines of compression. And then as we move back to the forelimbs, you can see the nice outline of the musculature. And there's a nice contrast in the colours being used here. There's a nice sort of wash of light brown that really picks up on all the little peaks here, all the little high points. It makes it look very genuine. As we move down the leg, you can see there's a nice little fold of skin there on the elbow. There's a nice little indication of the bone pushing out there. And again, some nice gathering lines here. Just really nicely sculpted. You really get a sense of the volume of this leg. It really does look very nice indeed. And you can see the individually painted toe claws there, very glossy and carefully painted. Unfortunately, the undersides of the feet are not sculpted, but to be honest, the detail that you're getting all over is absolutely fabulous, so I don't think you can hold that against them too much. Here on the top you can see there's some lovely sculpted lines here indicating all the fur going across its hide all the way along the back. Beautiful. And then you can see here just a faint indication of the ribs coming through, and some really nice folds of skin coming back here to the leg. Got this connecting tissue to the back of the leg. Just really, really nice. Nice little hoof-like feet with little toe claws painted again individually. And a nice contrast in the colours, nice range of colours being used here. You've got this nice sort of sandy beige, you've got this reddish colour coming through, and then you've got this very dark brown, and even the dark browns have like a wash of darker brown in the little nooks and crannies. As we come round to the tail, you can see it's really nicely painted with all these lines of fur travelling down. And you can see the nice indication of the musculature on this leg as well. Nicely posed, sort of mid-stride. Just really, really nice. The fur carries on underneath, and you can see here it says CollectA Megacerops. So there we go. And I love all these little sculpted lines of fur. It's something that's actually very difficult to make look genuine on a figure, is to sculpt fur. Because if you think about the nature of fur, it tries to sort of come away from the surface of the object. So to actually give it that sort of feeling of individual strands of fur but not make it look like it's really clumpy is actually quite difficult. And CollectA have done a fabulous job here. Really nice. Very cool. You can see here the front foot leading the stride. And I really do like this head. It's a beautiful head sculpt. And I think the glossy eye just really makes this. The bone-like area, the horns on the front, are actually painted really well. They look really matte. And they really do contrast the rest of the head, where it's got almost like a slight gloss on the rest of it. Here it's really matte and really not glossy, and that's really, really effective. So in terms of the scale, here's a tape measure. So you're looking at about 8.5 inches long, which is about 22 centimeters. And in terms of the height, you're looking at about 4 inches, so about 10 centimeters tall. Okay, scale comparison time. Let's bring in the CollectA Quetzalcoatlus. Now, CollectA have a habit of putting their prehistoric creatures in really interesting situations, and you can see here the Quetzalcoatlus has got its prey in its beak. Fantastic. The review for that one is down below if you want to check that out, but you can see here the Megacerops comes up just underneath the sort of lower jaw of the Quetzalcoatlus. And then let's bring in the CollectA Mosasaurus, which was a May 2014 exclusive, and we were really proud to review this one. Again, link down below if you haven't seen that already. But you can see here the Megacerops comes up, sort of his chin lines up with the back of the Mosasaurus here. And in terms of the length, you can see the Mosasaurus is, about a third bigger, but it's still a very sizable beast. So there we have it, guys. That was today's look at the CollectA Megacerops. I think this is a fantastic sculpt, a beautiful paint job, and it's just a really nice way to kick off our prehistoric mammal collection. I particularly love the head sculpt on this one and the attention that they paid to the gloss on the eyes and the wet areas like the mouth. Absolutely fantastic. I think if you're going to start your prehistoric mammal collection, there's no better one than this, and being an award-winning figure, you can trust that it is a quality piece from CollectA. Okay guys, let me know, do you own this one already? Will you be picking him up? As usual, rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.